What's up, Final Fantasy fans and Vicious fans alike? The long-awaited, I don't know how long it's been awaited, but the Tifa guide is coming through right now. And God, that was a horrible opener, but whatever. Anyway, let's talk about Tifa and like how maybe you should play with her, how you might play with her, and how I recommend playing with her. So Tifa, let's actually go and look at the. Wait a second, has that been there the entire time? The card decks? Oh, that's the card decks. I'm tripping. I just say card decks. Sorry, it's been a long day. Tifa. Let's get into Tifa, the meat of Tifa, like what she's about. Tifa can be a strike character, a character just using melee. Tifa can be used as a magic character of sorts. I'll get into that once I look at her move set. But yeah, let's talk about Tifa. So Tifa is a character that I think is like majorly based on melee, to be honest, of some sort, right? Whether it's magic melee or if it's regular melee, that's really your preference. But you can make her do either. She's very versatile in this game. Let's start by talking about some of her unique abilities here. Here we go. Synergy skill, leaping strikes. So Tifa, for whatever reason, in Square Enix's wisdom, you can't like make her go into the air on her own. She needs the help of a partner. So luckily, every partner she has gives her the synergy skill to launch enemies up into the air. Leaping strikes. You get soaring flurry, and you also get heavenly ascent. Now, soaring flurry, like it can be done from like a further distance. Heavenly ascent is like a straight up uppercut, but both of these attacks go up into the air and they make her airborne. You can attack in the air after doing them. And you know what? It's my mistake. She can put herself into the air by herself, but it uses an ATB gauge, unlike the other two characters that can go into the air, being Cloud and Yuffie. But yeah, that is her only synergy skill, offensive synergy skill, that is, which hopefully in the next game she has something else that she can do. She helps other characters with different synergy skills, but just for now, that's all she has. What else does she got here? Here we go. Bodyguard. She can use Red 13 and Barrett as bodyguards. Remember, Red 13, just one thing to remember about him is all the girls can use him as a bodyguard. So that's great. And he can use all the girls to do steel guard. He is guarding the ladies, and we should thank him. And she also has slip and slide, which is like Red 13's ability, where he goes backwards and you dodge an attack and you counter attack. Not my favorite ability, I'm going to be honest with you, because it's really confusing trying to figure out the invulnerability time for this sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's a decent move. Not my favorite, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it. It's just not my favorite. But what else do we got up in here? I think that's pretty much it when it comes to synergy skills. So let's just go ahead and look at her move set. Why am I going to inventory? Something's wrong with me. Where did I go for this? It's been so long since I made one of these videos. So she has quite a few different skills. Unbridled strength. Strengthen basic attacks and increase combo count. Basically makes the combos longer. Allows whirling uppercut to be followed up by Omni Strike. And then rise and fall. So this is really cool because when she's in the air, she can do these abilities. The uppercut becomes a downer cut, and Omni Strike and rise and fall stay the same. These abilities that she does with the triangle button increase the all those are done with the triangle button, by the way. They increase the stagger gauge. So when you stagger an opponent, that little percentage that they have on their stagger gauge, I think it's like 1.25 starting out or 1.75, it increases the more she does her triangle techniques. Now, Aerith has something like that that's built into one of her attacks. But this doesn't use any meter unless you're using Unbridled Strength to power up. And It's very cool. One of the things that makes Tifa like unique and a great powerhouse for the team. And keep that in mind when you're building a team around Tifa or with Tifa in it. You want somebody who can benefit from stagger, which every character can, some better than others. Like, for instance, Barrett, he can benefit from it extremely by doing multiple attacks from Maximum Fury, either level 2 or level 3, or he could do Lifeblood Cannon. Cloud can do Infinity's End and get like 9,999 damage. Like, there's a lot that this helps with. Focus Strike, basically her focused thrust. It evades and hits the opponent with a move that increases stagger. So like when an opponent is pressured, you want to use this. This is the focus ability. This helps get to the stagger portion. However, honestly, if I could keep it totally honest with you, like, it comes in clutch because, you know, she is one of the few characters that could do it. You know, Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa can do it. Kate Sith can increase the pressure meter with his I forget what the ability is called. The present ability. Let's take a look at that real quick. I forget what that move is called. Moogle Mind. It increases stagger, but it's all over the place. Yuffie doesn't really have an ability to like get the pressure up. Besides, you know, her using her magic and using that on enemies that are weak in certain magic types. Same with Aerith, and same with Red. But that makes her special. But honestly, I know I have Focus Strike on the shortcuts, but I might change it because I feel like she should save her ATB for when it really counts. And when it really counts is when she needs to use triangle abilities or like any ability that makes the stagger go up. You know what I mean? Dive Kick is basically Tifa's Braver. It unleashes a powerful kick. You can follow this up. You can follow her uppercut up with Dive Kick, and it's beautiful. Like, she doesn't have to jump into the sky. She's already up in the sky, and then she dives down. Reverse Gale, you knock enemies up into the sky. It has a wind elemental effect, which is interesting. Both her and Cloud have this elemental ability. He has Firebolt Slash, and she has Reverse Gale. But Reverse Gale can either put you into the air, or if you're in the air, puts you back down to the ground. It brings some enemies in, being a wind technique, and it's pretty decent. I like it as an option, but you know, there's ways around using this to get up into the air, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. Overpower on Final Fantasy VII Remake was used so you could pressure enemies more effectively, and they kind of misworded it. So basically, to use in Remake, you had to use it multiple times to pressure an enemy, or like, you know, give them some sort of hit stun. That's what they meant by that. But Overpower in this game, it says you can more effectively pressure enemies, which I think is better wording. You can use it airborne, which is good because that means if you're fighting in the air, you can use this and maybe knock an enemy down. Good stuff. Star Shower. Unleash a flurry of powerful strikes, increases strength of next command executed. So this move takes a long time to activate. It's not one of my favorite moves because I feel like you could, you have to have a plan in mind, right? You have to use Star Shower, then you have to have a very powerful attack coming next, right? Which would have to be like Trinity Strike. But that's not my plan a lot of the times because it takes too long to set up. So Star Shower, you use that at your own discretion. There's different ways to play with the character, and if you want to use that and then use Trinity Strike while they're outside of stagger, then that makes sense to me. Chi Trap. Create an orb of materialized chi that deals damage on contact. This deals magic damage. It's great for enemies with shields, like the shielded soldiers, and it's also great for enemies that are just like small and annoying, or enemies that are like medium sized and annoying, because Chi Trap will just sort of like vacuum them in, and it's really good for that. This is one of the moves that like makes it so you could play as a magic Tifa better than you could back in like Final Fantasy VII or OG, right? This is also a remake. Unfettered Fury. Unfettered Fury is like unbridled strength, but instead it imbues your attacks with non-elemental magic. Not every attack, I don't think. I think it's just the triangle abilities and the end of her combos Unfettered Fury is good because Unbridled Strength, even though like as physical, if you're going for a more of a physical attack, melee Tifa, it's good because you get more melee strikes, but the melee strikes, the combos, like they take a while to come out, and sometimes it's not worth it. Whereas Unfettered Fury, when you're using Unfettered Fury, you thankfully get like very quick combo enders, and they're strong too. True Strike. Deliver a tremendous blow at close range, increase stagger damage bonus, basically increasing your stagger, just like her triangle abilities. Trinity Strike. Press square with the right timing to unleash up to 3 consecutive strikes. Can also use while airborne. Now, this is her strongest technique physically. It does a lot of damage. It takes some time to come out because it's kind of like what's the word for it? A quick time event a little bit. You have to press the button at the right time, and it'll show you like when is the right time, but if you miss it, it'll feel embarrassing. And she has type 1 folio magic. It only uses one, it only hits one enemy. It hits them one good time. It's guaranteed to hit. You can use it while airborne. These are something that I feel like are like underrated within the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth community. And I'm not even in the community like that, but I can already feel people not using these the way they're supposed to be used. So once again, Fire Impulse, it makes the enemy go backwards. Also good for triggering pressure on certain enemies. Icy Impulse will launch the enemy up into the air a little bit and keep them suspended in the air for just a second. Electric Impulse slams enemies down to the ground. Gale Impulse will bring enemies close to you. And let's talk about the materia. I think it's time to talk about the materia. Then we can like get into some fights. So what are the essential materials for me? Now, you don't have to have vitality up with Tifa, but I feel like Tifa has like this really weak constitution that Cloud doesn't have, right? Let's go to Cloud, right? So Cloud's vitality is 72, and Tifa's says is 80. So hers should be more, but I feel like she dies more often than not than Cloud does. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because my imagination. Maybe I should get her out of trouble more. I don't know. Maybe they sense the impending doom that she like gives off with her aura. I don't know. But I think that things are like just essential to this character, right? MP up, chakra. She's gonna need to do a lot of self healing. You can't let somebody just keep healing. You're going to lose all your MP, especially on hard mode. I think magic focus is really good, especially when you pair it with time materia. You want time materia, non-negotiable. You want time materia. You don't need magic focus materia, but time materia is great because it gives you extra time to get that stagger damage bonus increase. That could be a difference between life and death, winning and losing. So MP up, time materia. I think ATB stagger is non-negotiable because again, she gets a large amount of reward by having ATB once the stagger is done. You get the time stop with the ATB that you gain, and you also get to increase the stagger damage. HP absorption, I think that's good for the steel materia. Oh yeah, that's right. So with that being said, I think that steel is non-negotiable, and so is HP absorption. And let me explain why. So Tifa is one of 2 characters, the other character being Yuffie, that can use Mug to fly in the air and zip up to the opponent as soon as possible. And that's great because you can get some minor HP in that scenario, and you can also get some ATB back. So with what I told you earlier with reversing Gale, how it's the only move that she could do by herself to get into the air. Not completely truthful. If you have Mug, she can get into the air, and you don't even need it for the purpose of stealing. You could just use it in order to get close to the enemy and get into the air. Or you can do that tag in that I showed you guys where you can like, hold R1 and then you can press up or down to make your character teleport up to the other character. It's any way you want to do it. First strike materia is good. That way she can get like, I would say it's not non-negotiable, but it's just good to have. Ice materia, she doesn't need to have this at all. I just want her to have some sort of magic. But yeah. Let me see. Is there anything I would change with this? You know what? let's go ahead and put this martial arts mastery on this. This is Kaiser Knuckles. Kaiser Knuckles is her it's her pair of gloves that has like the strongest physical attack. So yeah, I definitely want to have what was it? Increases the duration of unbridled strength, because that would just make her even stronger. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna show you some fights here, and we're gonna like just talk about like how Tifa works and like how you can use these moves that I told you about like in a combat situation or scenario pretty well. All right. All right, so I'm about to face off against Titan when he's moderately weaker than what he normally should be, so I can like hopefully like show you what I mean. All right, I'm starting off with Unbridled Strength. Tifa has like very good dodges, by the way. Like look how far away I got away from this guy. Not to mention, when she's in Unbridled Strength, she has like a better dodge. It's pretty good. Alright. Power up Unbridled Strength. Pressure him a bit more. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make myself faster. Heal myself with Mug and HP. What's it called? HP Absorption. And I want to see, is he weak against slow? No, he's immune against slow. That's fine. Go ahead, hit me. See what I mean by the combo ender is like way too slow? But that's alright. Can he hit me while I'm in the air with that? Just keep attacking, keep attacking. And the unique thing about Tifa is she creates pressure every time she attacks you. I neglected to mention that the last time, but it's very good. Let's pressure with some overpower. Some dive kick in there. This idiot. And here we go. Let's go ahead and do the damn thing. All right. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop him. Do the full combo on him, even though I shouldn't. Bam. And I'm going to increase the stagger with rise and fall, and I'm going to kill him here, actually. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. And that's why I use Kaiser Knuckle with her. But just so I can give another example of like how strong she could be, I'm going to go ahead and like change my gloves out. I'm going to change it to something with a little bit more magic inclination. So I'm pretty sure that's what these go off of anyway. Oops, sorry, just clicking all over the place. Crystal gloves has like the most amount of magic, but really you can use any gloves. Silk gloves are good too. Leather gloves are good. Like, you know, she has good magic capability. And I think that that's what they wanted to lean into in this game, like make the characters a little bit more versatile in every sense. Silk gloves. Why haven't I upgraded these yet? Increase damage dealt by unique abilities. Yeah. Attack power up. What about magic power? Okay. Yeah. ATB charge rate up, of course. Basic attacks up by 5%. Really good. What is this? Reduces MP cost of attack spells. That's cool. But I don't think time counts as an attack spell. Well, you know what? We'll figure it out, right? This uses how much? Will it tell us? Let me go to spells. Stop. So stop uses 12. Looks like it still uses the same amount, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll fight Titan again. Shut up, Chadley. Do what I say. Alright, just in case you don't believe me, the power is only down by 2. But that was pretty easy last time. I'll take the power down by 1 and see what happens. Because I don't remember if Titan is like necessarily like weak against magic or what. Especially non-elemental magic. We'll find out though. Start out with Unbridled Strength. And let's go ahead and turn on Unfettered Fury. Go ahead and make haste a thing. Yeah, it's still 12. Look, Blizzard went down 1 point. Doesn't matter, I'm in the air now. See how fast these attacks are in the air? I'm getting the full combo off. That's alright. I heal myself. And because we're in this right now, go ahead and bam, 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 bam. Boom, boom. Try and thwack me. This is even faster this time. By the way, alright, so what we're going to do now is stop him.
Give him your all. Not so fast.
Rage and Fall. Omni Flurry. And I'm going to go ahead and hit him with, just so we see how much damage we're going to do. I'm going to hit him with, where's it at, damn it? Star Shower. Okay, and hopefully I don't mess this up on camera. Trinity Strike. Boom! 9,999. And now you're dead. Pow! Now that's how you get big damage with Tifa. That's crazy. I got more damage off of Unfettered Fury. I think that's because magic has... there's not a lot of things you can do about magic in this game, it seems like, for anybody. That's for enemies and allies alike. As a matter of fact, if you look and see on Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, there is no weapon on Rebirth that actually gives you any sort of like magic defense or physical defense. On Final Fantasy VII Remake, there was the basic, like the weapons that you start out with, they definitely give you all those, you know what I mean? But it's all right. You don't really need them. Let me see. I guess I will go ahead and show you how she works with a team. Alright, this is one of my favorite examples, favorite enemies to use as an example. It's a boss, has a decent amount of health, and etc, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go ahead and just play this like we would normally. Let's see who she's using, or who's attacking. Gotta get that pressure up. Go ahead and get bodyguard. Bam! Get out the way. And what are you weak against? You're weak against ice. And coincidentally, I have ice. Psych, you thought you had me. And while that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and boom. Yeah, pressure this motherfucker. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Unfortunately, I'm the only character that can really do anything about the pressure gauge right now. So let me see. Let me go ahead and hit ATB ward up on Red 13. And actually, no. Put it on me.
The grasslands ecosystem is in your hands. Currently,
bam.
combat data on target.
Oh, got me. Red 13. This is what we're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to use Chilling Roar. Oh no! Use Snow Flurry.
I know you can do this.
Only person that can get up there is Tifa. Okay, you take that. Get up into the sky. And we're gonna make this mug stop. Aerith, help me out here. Use Ray of Judgment. I want to use Unbridled Strength. Red 13. We got this mug at 240%. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to use True Strike twice, which will increase it up to 300. All right, now that we got that much going for us, go ahead and use ATB boost, and we're going to use Blizzaga on you. Let's keep it going. Get it higher. Okay, 320. Yep, that's really how you do that when you're using Tifa in the field. You want her to keep pressuring the opponent because each one of her attacks is going to do a lot of damage. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's going not a lot of damage, a lot of pressure damage. She's going to keep pressuring while you have other characters. Right there, I had Aerith. Aerith was helping with getting the pressure gauge up to 300% and even further. And we could have went even further, but I thought that was good. You know, 320% of like your normal attack when you're doing a very strong attack is really good. Especially if you have one of the, what is it? Is it an accessory that you get while doing the what the hell, Gilgamesh quest? Have I even made it? I should have made it. Give me just a minute. I know I got it. You know what? Let me just go to the crafting portion. The item transmuter or whatever. It's crazy how I haven't made these yet. But yeah, if you have... Where is the, I didn't mean to do that. Check materials. Oh, it says it right there in the details. Breaks the 9,999 damage limit. If you have this, Tifa could be even crazier. But anyways, yeah, buddy, that's Tifa for you. I can use her in another setting, but I think that pretty much brings home the point. She's really good at taking down very strong foes, and by herself, she's really sufficient. If she has a tank with her, like Red 13 or Barret, makes her really strong and really survivable. If you don't want to make Barret a healer, Nanaki basically has healing in his DNA since it's an ability of his. She works really well with Nanaki, Red 13 that is, and really just anyone else. As long as she has anyone else that can support her with doing damage that does a decent amount, which is the rest of the cast, you're good to go. But I think that's it for now. Let me know how you like this this guide. And then we're going to move on to Yuffie, who I say for last because I think she's just the most interesting character out of the entire cast. And that's not like a small feat. That's a huge feat.